G'day and welcome back to the channel, Patreon supporters. I want to do a quick roundup at the moment. Now, I'm here at home because we've got a massive great storm in the Southern Ocean, which is causing a tremendous amount of wind, and it's about to bucket down torrentially. So, no point in being at the workshop because if I was making videos, you couldn't hear me over the sound of the rain on the iron roof. Anyway, so just wanted to recap some stuff that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks, really, which I can't quite finish because, again, the weather is not so flash. But first of all, the Zod products. Now, I've got the Zod Dart 250, and you've already seen some of my less than successful flight attempts with that. Also, that Zod Nano Talon, I've been flying that some more. And there's one thing I've come to become aware of with the Zod products. The Zod airframes, the two airframes I'm talking about, the Dart 250 and the Nano Talon, the airframes themselves aren't that good, honestly, to be totally true. They don't fly that well without assistance. And by way of assistance, I mean a flight controller. Now, I put the flight controller, the co-pilot, in the Nano Talon, and it flies lovely, flies beautifully, perfectly fine. Once you've got that flight controller in to make up for all the slop in the ailerons and to make up for the short coupled tail moment, it flies so much better with the flight controller in. But there are some downsides to that as well, which I'll show you in the review of the flight controller. So I'm a little bit not so sure on this one. And the Dart, exactly the same thing. It's just about impossible to launch. I just could not get a consistent launch out of the damn thing without the flight controller in it. Put a flight controller in, fine, it takes care of all the handling of the, the bad behavior it seems to have out of the launch. So, I mean, I've never had a plane that is so difficult to launch as that Zod Dart. Even once I'd got up trim in it, because I think I mentioned that I had to put a lot of up trim in to get it to fly, but once you get it in the air, that's too much up trim. So it's just kind of crazy, just as out of the launch when the airspeed is low. It's just so unpredictable unless you've got a flight controller with lightning fast reactions to take care of that for you. So yeah, those reviews coming up, and I think they'll be pretty enlightening. Now also the Jumper T16, I've been using that quite a bit. Interesting observations. I get much more range with the Jumper T16 than I get with my QX7S. I mean, I'm not saying the QX7S is short on range, it's fine, but I did a long distance flight, relatively, to the limits of visual line of sight. And the T16, no RSSI warnings at all, and it was fine, whereas the QX7 would have been bitching at me quite heavily long before I got to the point where I decided to turn around with the Jumper T16. Now, the RSSI level settings are at the same level. I've checked, they're both set to warning, the warnings and critical levels at the same point. So I was just getting better RSSI with the Jumper T16. So that's something good. I'm not totally happy with the Jumper though, nothing's perfect. The colour screen, I just don't like it. I've never liked colour screens on transmitters. The inside, it's fine, it's beautiful, very pretty, but you go outside in the sun, you can't see it. You just can't see it, honestly. I don't fly much inside. I like flying outside, so I like to be able to see the screen of my transmitter. If I want to change a model, you've got to hold it up and get the light right so you can actually see what you're doing. No. If there was, put it this way, if there was a choice between a monochrome LCD and a color LCD on the Jumper T16, I'd pay extra for the monochrome. That's how much I think it's important. Yep. Also the trim buttons, as I found when I was trying to trim out I think it was the Nano Talon without the flight controller. The trim, the elevator and throttle trims are in the wrong place. For me, I kept moving the, it's a little lever that you can use to connect to another channel. I was moving that, wondering why there was no trim change. Yeah, so there's something just to get used to, but it didn't seem intuitive where they were. And yeah, so other thing I've been using a lot, this has been a review I've been doing in the background because it's not really, you can't really review these things in 5 minutes. It's the China Hobbyline batteries. I've had those in my models now for several months. And I've got to say, I'm pretty damn impressed. I am quite impressed. Now, here in New Zealand, we don't have a lot of choice with batteries, unfortunately. Hobby King will ship by sea freight, but Hobby King's a bit of a disaster at the moment anyway. No one else will ship to New Zealand. They just won't ship. Banggood won't even ship to New Zealand when it's batteries. So we're really reliant on whatever we can get, which generally means we've got Gens Ace or Tattoo batteries. Never been a fan of those. They just don't deliver on the promise in my hands anyway. I've just never, they go soft. The packs just aren't very, they claim even the 70C packs are just, compared to a 70C Turnigy pack, the Gens Ace ones or the Tattoo ones are just weak. So the China Hobbylines, of course, they have some wildly outrageous claims in terms of C ratings. 120C, yeah, right. But they do seem to hold up pretty damn well. And the value is astounding. Now, China Hobbyline, in terms of bang per buck, I haven't found anything to beat it. Now, there may be batteries which in terms of actual current delivery and low voltage sag are better than the China Hobby line, but they cost a hell of a lot more. So I'm sold on the China Hobby line batteries. I'll be doing a video on those, using them in my Success Pack in my EDF. I use a lot of them in my mini quads. I'm even using one in the sub 250, and they've all been working absolutely brilliantly. So there you go. So that's a little bit of what I've been up to. There's some other products. Oh yes, just to let you know in advance the rest, DJI have sent me a digital system. Woohoo, bonus for them. It's held up in customs at the moment, so it could be weeks before I get that New Zealand customs. Oh, don't get me started. Anyway, so I just want some good weather now, because this storm has been raging for a little while now, and it's going to be here right through past next weekend. So there'll be some, I might be doing some whiteboard videos. And the Outlaw 250 video, yes, everyone's going, where is it? Well, yeah, I'm just going to push it out anyway. I'm still not happy with it, but I'll push it out because I need to get some videos out. This is the time of the year when I make, if I can get the videos out, more money per video than any other time of the year, because everyone's spending in the lead up to Christmas. They want to advertise for Christmas, so the ad rates are quite high. But of course, you're still got to get the views. You've got to put the videos up to get the views. So I'm really annoyed that the weather's gone sour on us. But hey, that's life. Hey ho, can't be helped. But this is your little Patreon update. Thank you for your support. I really do appreciate it. And certainly in the months of January, February, and March, when YouTube advertising revenue is just a complete wipeout, absolutely virtually not even worth making videos from that perspective, you're the guys that are keeping this channel afloat and making sure I can pay my bills, or almost pay my bills. Anyway, there you go. As I say, thanks for your support. Now it's time for me to get back. Got editing to do, and I've got an interesting video coming up. Reaches into the box, because well, in this box is the new YouTube. This is the future of YouTube in this box. Yes, it is. I'm going to do a video on this, and you, my Patreon supporters, will be able to watch my videos on a platform that isn't YouTube, if you choose to. Entirely optional, you don't have to. My videos will still be going on YouTube, but if you want to dispense with the ads and you don't want to have to worry about any other YouTubey type things, you'll have another option. There you go, and it's in that box. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Bye for now.